Episode. So if you're listening to this, hi, my name is Bria.
And I'm Sophia.
And welcome to Doesn't Fall Far.
I should have really harmonised with you in that moment and we should have gone, doesn't fall far. And
ready?
We
try. And welcome to Doesn't Fall Far.
No, because I didn't know if I was going up or down. Every time. This happens every time. Let's just move on.
No, you're going to keep melody and I'm going to harmonise.
We don't have a melody.
Doesn't fall far.
Let's move on. So even if I joined, it would have sounded worse.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So this is just it's a mother-daughter podcast. We've been wanting to do this for a while, so we just thought, let's just do it.
Actually, remember how we got here?
Yes.
It was because we had our kind of handyman builder guy over who we've known for years and years, and Bria and I were just doing our usual thing. We're sitting at the table, we're probably on our third cup of tea, almost second block of chocolate, and that was just a normal day, and then we were just chatting as we normally do, and then he kind of stopped and he turned around and he goes, oh my gosh, you two, you need to start a podcast. And then he said something which we weren't familiar with.
Something about a mouthful of bricks.
Bricks in your mouth.
You've got bricks in your mouth. And then we stopped talking for the first time in about 2 hours. We're like,
what does that mean?
Is that a compliment?
Yeah. So anyway, so we just took it as the compliment anyway. And
obviously,
a couple of weeks later, here we are because we thought, what a great idea.
Well, it took us maybe 30 minutes after that conversation to order the pink mics, to get the lights, and
because we weren't going to do it if we couldn't get pink mics. That was really the make or break.
It was only an extra $30 for the pink.
Per mic,
but
per kilometre of delivery.
It fits the whole. I mean, we're not fully pink. I'm the one who's not in full pink this time.
It's true.
That's why
it's embarrassing for you, really. No. So welcome, because
yes.
we the reason we thought it was a really good idea is not so much really about us. It was because it kind of stopped and made us think. I wonder how many mums and daughters do this together all the time. And we certainly know lots who do this, and there must be so many because we just have this way of communicating and that other people apparently don't understand. But it doesn't matter because we do.
And we find it funny. So even if you don't find us funny, we don't really care.
It's more about, how mothers and daughters, we just have this way and
secret
people
and
just don't understand it. And so we thought, let's just talk to mums and daughters who get it because we get it and we have other mums and daughters who get it, but nobody else gets it. So, so we are hoping that this podcast will bring some joy. That's it.
Yeah, just make people happy, make people laugh, and at our expense, which we're used to, so it's totally fine.
And we're fine. We'll do it ourselves as well.
Yeah, we'll laugh at ourselves first, so it's okay.
And
if no one's laughing, we'll just laugh at our own jokes.
We do. That is sad. That we do. We do. But we're so used to it though. And we're sure that there are lots of other mums and daughters who can relate to what we're talking about and, the things that we vibe that nobody else just really understands. So that's what we decided to do, to bring this to life.
And so we thought a good starting point for the podcast is just to kind of, talk about how we came up with the name, how we came up with this whole idea, which we've, given you a little bit of an insight to. So we landed on the name Doesn't Fall Far, which obviously comes from the term doesn't fall far from the tree, or the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Well, we toyed with the whole idea of Apple, but we thought, no, maybe there's another company. We didn't want to compete with.
We, you mean you? And I said
100%
no.
me. And I just thought, I don't want to compete with the big guys.
Well, sometimes we have one-sided conversations. So she thinks that we're having a conversation, but I'm actually just not listening, and she's just talking at me.
Mums, no, we don't talk at you. That's actually not true. We don't talk at you. It's just that we're on this wavelength that we're just waiting for you to get there. We can wait years. It's okay. Like next decade she'll get it. It's
Yeah, but you'll be on your own other wavelength then in a decade.
on my next one. That is true.
Your wavelength that's like this will slowly.
It's not like an intelligence factor. It's an experience factor.
Yeah, it's definitely not an intelligence factor.
It's definitely not an intelligence factor. No, it's more about just that experience that we, like I said, we could just wait. But so as the conversation goes on just within myself and like it is right now, and I'm just talking, it all makes perfect sense to me.
Sometimes it's safer to not interrupt the flow and just let it, ease its way out.
That's true.
Yeah. So before we came up with this name Doesn't Fall Far, we thought we'd, give you a couple of ones that I don't want to say that we thought we would do. These are just funny ideas that came up because we went on to some AI stuff to try and help us
Which we
figure out.
don't use, by the way, very much. I certainly don't anymore. I went down that rabbit hole of being a little bit, do we call it AI dependent? When you're having a bad day, so you have to speak to Chatty G. Yeah,
ChatGPT, just for, I mean, the amount of times I've said, I asked Chatty G this, and people look at me like they have absolutely no clue. But
So now I've been quite proud of myself. I've completely weaned off that
I've
relationship.
kind of gone off it as well.
Just don't really use it anymore, which is
well, it gets really annoying.
And it's just slop, isn't it? That's a conversation for another day.
That is, but we do often refer to AI or especially like Chatty G and Claude and those ones as he, because it's really frustrating, and sometimes it just
because they never get it right.
They never get it right. They only tell you what you want to hear.
Had to part ways. Had to part ways.
And these are some reasons as to why we had to part ways, because we were thinking of a bunch of different ideas, and we're like, look, let's just put in a prompt.
These were even Gemini as well. Ideas, just like you can't even just Google anymore. I don't think you have to speak to Gemini.
Every Google now has Gemini. Like they do like an AI overview of a Google search.
You can't just go to do I call it old fashioned Google? Traditional Google? Traditional Google? I don't know. It's
Google
all
from the
AI.
early 2000s.
It's not that far. Just keep going.
So, I think this is my favourite name, and Mum didn't want to do it, but I thought it was a great name.
Oh, as in a suggestion from some kind of Google Gemini.
Now, I
Aquarius.
can't just say this normally. I have to say it properly. So just give me a second to get into character.
Oh, no, don't. Oh, she's going to do the...
No, okay, don't listen to her. I just got to use my trigger words.
No. See, what we were talking about before about me being in my own space, you're about to go into... Potato.
She didn't just lick it off the grass. Wait, hold on, no, try again. Well, she didn't just lick it off the grass.
There's so much.
That's pretty good.
There's so much to unpack.
She didn't just lick it off the... No. She didn't just lick it off the grass. The grass. I'm just going to see.
There's so much wrong with what's happening right now.
She didn't just lick it off the grass. No, that was Scottish.
No, it wasn't. It was just a whole lot of nothing. Apologies for right now and for any future accents that Bria tries.
I am good at accents, thank you very much. She didn't just lick it off the grass.
See, one thing I don't have as a mum, and I'm sure that there are mums who can relate, I just don't have rose-coloured glasses. I'm quite happy to tell her that she's terrible at that. But I feel like reality is better, because then when she does something really, really good and I say it's good, she knows I mean it.
And I'm like, what?
She also knows that when I say you're bad at that, it's because she actually is. You've got to have someone in your life to tell you that.
We can do a full episode on that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would be a good episode.
That would be good, yes.
Maybe a little traumatizing for me.
Let's go back to the accents, because you are bad at them.
I can do
just not one of your skills.
I can do some good accents. I can do lots of different American accents. I can do the English and the Irish and the Old English and
I
the
think
Scottish.
that the way to settle this is to actually ask an Irish person and then a Scottish person.
I've asked some Irish people before, and they said my accent isn't half bad.
There's a fly there.
I think I got it.
So that's an expression, apparently, an Irish expression that is just hilarious to us, because I'm sure the Irish people who I would love to one day say who might be listening, but clearly no one is listening right now. But that probably makes perfect sense to an Irish person, but to us, oh my gosh, that just sounds...
It sent us for quite a while.
It's hilarious, yeah. But we did consider it, but then we thought, well, we wouldn't use it appropriately because we don't really know what it means. I think it means that and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it means that it's not hang on, wait, she didn't just lick it off the grass. So that means that she didn't learn it. She just is that. That's what doesn't fall far means. Is that right?
Wait, what do you mean?
So the qualities that we're talking about that are similar, right, are similar because she didn't learn it. It's just in her.
Oh, so she didn't pick it up from somewhere else. It's already, like, she didn't lick it off the grass as like a cow. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the image of like the rolling green hills and a lovely cow that's licking the grass.
Oh, no, I didn't have that.
Oh.
I know.
Well, this ties us into our next...
Which completely discredits this whole thing, which is that doesn't fall far. We're thinking complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yes. So the one that I thought that we could do would be word hippos.
Thanks, Chatty G.
Because, I mean, you know, we never stop.
We are word hippos.
Woo, yes.
Not the hippo bit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't have a problem being called a word hippo.
Yeah, but we've been called pigs before, so that's a...
We have, that's true. That was just some random too who walked past us and called us
pigs.
Big fat pigs, which was interesting.
Well, let's set the story because this just gives us another little bit more of an insight into who we are and what we do and shouldn't do. We were in Bunnings, so big hardware place, which is, as you can, if you're watching the video, then you can obviously see as to why. But if you're not watching and you're just listening to the audio, we've got our pink microphones, we've got our pink setting. We're pretty much all in pink. Bunnings is not the place for us in this world.
Well, it's just that we're just not well liked in the environment of Bunnings. And this is nothing to do with the people who work there or anything like that. It's just, it's a big hardware shop and we just don't belong. We don't belong. And Bunnings knows that, right?
Yeah, Bunnings it's like as an entity.
So we went to buy some pink paint, of course.
Yeah, we were trying to find the right pink paint for the pole studio that Mum was opening up. And we found what we actually found was Hot Lips.
That was the name of the...
Our handyman loved painting the whole studio. And when he had to go in and get like the tub of paint, he had to ask for Hot Lips.
It was great. It was brilliant, yeah.
But yeah, so where it was me, Mum, and my grandma, so Mum's mum, all just standing looking at paint as one does when they go to the paint section at Bunnings, I would believe.
Yes, we don't know. I've probably been 3 times in my life. Yeah. But yes, anyway, we were just in a man's way apparently. And so he got on his phone and called us. He was standing this close to us and just said, oh, there's these big fat pigs in front of me who are in my way. And yeah, so that was...
Yeah, and we don't... I mean, look, I think I went back to Bunnings once after that because I had to... I was buying a piece of wood to tap dance on.
I see, that's the problem. It's just nobody goes to Bunnings to buy a piece of wood
tap dancers
dance. Do they though? Do they go to Bunnings?
I don't know. This was COVID, okay? I don't know.
So that's why.
But I bought this like big piece of plywood just to pop on the grass so I could tap outside, and bought the giant piece of wood that I, had to get someone to help me bring down and had to carry to the checkout, then had to carry to my car. And when I got to my car, the piece of wood did not fit.
No, but back when...
No, but then I had to go back. That was the thing. It didn't fit in the car. And I had to go back to the checkout and be like, sorry, guys. Because they even said to me, this is big. Like, are you sure you're going to be able to take this? I'm like, yeah, no, I'll be fine.
That's because they thought you were building something with it, because that's what
Do I look like I build things? Do I look like I pick up hammers and... Yeah, no, that's all I got. I don't know any other tools.
But though, interestingly, like when I was your age, if I was doing the same, which I wouldn't, but if I was, we wouldn't have had to ask someone to take it out for us. They would have just done it.
No, they didn't take it out for us. I had to ask them to take it out of the thing. I had to carry it to the car myself.
Oh, that's such poor form. But honestly, we wouldn't have had to do that. Yeah. Well, maybe that's why. How do we get from Bunny? Oh, really? That was really the only. That's when we thought about word hippos. That just reminded us of that story. So we thought maybe not. Maybe not. It's got a bit of a negative experience connotation for us.
Ended up landing on Doesn't Fall Far, and I think like one of the biggest inspos for us for this podcast has got to be Kath and Kim.
Oh, absolutely. Kath and Kim. Yeah, we've probably watched that. So much respect.
My childhood show. That is what I grew up with.
And it's so brilliant. It's such a good depiction. And so it's that also with Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
which
with
also
the wholesome sweetness of Gilmore Girls and the Aussie nature of Kath and Kim. I think is probably the best way to describe our relationship.
I'm sure that there's lots of mums and daughters who can relate to that. But Gilmore Girls is still, it's had a wave now, like a second wave comeback, and now you're watching it with Iris, who is Bria's younger sister, and it's so funny that it's still relevant. It's still so relevant. But yeah, so it's a bit of a mashup.
And people say that we're like the Gilmore Girls, but at the same time, I really don't want to be Rory.
Oh,
like I really don't want to. I don't want that. And
it's kind of like Kath and Kim, how we always used to fight, because I always wanted to be Kim.
Yeah, but you were never Kim.
There's a little part of me who's Kim, let's be honest. Because my mum was more Kath at the time. That
her makes me Ep.1.
And that's right. You can be Ep.1, and I really want to be Kim. I just think she's fabulous. I do admit that I have parts of Kath in me. But I wish I could dance like Kath. That's
you wish.
You do. Yeah.
I was going to say, you wish.
Again. So that is how we came to be here and what inspired the whole idea, and then what is going to be our inspiration moving forward as well.
So yeah, moving forward. Yes, we want to...
Yeah, that's so true.
So some of the ideas that we've had for episodes are, the different jobs that we've had along the way and how some of those have intercepted.
That's been so interesting.
It's been so interesting. So one example is one of the jobs Mum had when I was really, really little. I then ended up turning around and doing when I was pretty much the same age as you. So a lot of those people who you used to work with, who knew me when I was 2 years old, then ended up being the heads of these places when I came to work there for them. So they knew me from then, which was great for me. I mean, talk about nepotism.
Forgetting what?
And crazy stories that we've had, especially with a lot of, your travels and my travels and all the midnight phone calls when I've been homeless overseas because my accommodations fell through, all that kind of stuff. We've got some great stories.
That hopefully lots of mums can relate to, and daughters
hopefully
as well.
Not, because it's pretty rough.
Well, that is true, but it is also life. I mean, daughters do know that doesn't matter how bad things get, you can just call us and we'll fix it. We'll fix it somehow. And so, that is again, just a thing that we have that other people just don't understand. Doesn't matter where you are, what time it is, whether you're wearing shoes. That will come up later. Just call us. We'll fix it. We'll make it okay. And that. Yeah. But we love to do that as well. You
do bitch and moan a lot.
But you do call at 2 a.m. and go, help me.
Yes.
So I think I'm allowed to and say, Bria called. But that's one of those examples where people can't comment. I just want to have a moment. Just need a moment to have a moan about it. But nobody else can comment. Nobody else is allowed to agree with me. they can comment, but not agree that, you may have caused me hardship.
May have caused you hardship.
I just want to be able to say, Bria called me at 2 a.m. and, she was stuck here and, in Italy somewhere. I couldn't even tell you where. Quick, I had to send her $800 or she wouldn't be able to get on a boat to get somewhere.
Get on a boat?
And there was a boat one. There was a boat one. That
wasn't me, though. That's a story for another time.
And so I just...
It was the €2,000 story.
I just want to be able to go... Oh, that kid, what's she doing? And then, but other people can't go, I know she's doing, no, I can say it. You can't say it. Yeah.
It's funny though, because we obviously work together a lot, and there is a lot of times when this happens, and then other people go to say something, and I think it's really funny. But it happens vice versa as well, because I'll say something about you, and then I'm like, someone might make a comment as well. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? This doesn't involve you.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking out loud.
Exactly.
It's not your place to actually comment on it. Yeah, I know. So again, it's just something else that mums and daughters can relate to and have a bit of a giggle, which is why we're here.
The point of this podcast.
That's right.
I mean, we hope that you stick around, and like we said earlier, if you have any ideas of any crazy things that you want to hear us talk about, please let us know, for all our millions of listeners out there.
I don't even think my mum is listening. It's just, if your mum's not listening.
Technically, my mum's not either.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It's one of those moments that we're talking about. Not rose-coloured glasses. Terrible joke. So we will, in our next episode, we are going to talk about
secret languages, or
the secret language.
The secret language.
Here we go.
The secret language that we talk about.
That mums and daughters have.
Yes.
So
which we will have we'll have our weekly episodes. So until next time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.